wise on the day of resurrection is the one who's got the best of the manners. And the second type of manners we talked about is the manners with the Prophet ﷺ, meaning during his lifetime we don't raise our voice upon him, meaning also we don't really stare at him. And also from the manners that the person should abide with at the time of the Prophet and after the time of the Prophet is to make sure that he abides with all the instructions that the Prophet had said. Whether it is do, you do it, don't do it. And our Sheikh Al-Albani rahimahullah, he had been spending all his life into the Quran and the Sunnah, and he's so close to the Prophet because he always dealing with the sayings of the Prophet ﷺ. He had been, you could say, drenched, or he's been taken all of that into himself. Whenever we see him, can I just ask for this to be put there later, please? Yeah. Whenever we see him admonishing his students, one of them is Sheikh Abu Ishaq Al-Huwaini, Hafidhahullah. Sheikh is a scholar of hadith, and when he came to the Sheikh Al-Albani rahmatullahi alayh, he came for the first time, and he was young, and the Sheikh Al-Albani, he had read some of what this student had read and had actually written, and the Sheikh Al-Albani was happy with what the students had written. That means a good student. So when he came to visit the Sheikh, remember the difference in age. Sheikh Al-Albani is old. This person is young. He's old for me, by the way. He's in his 80s now, this Sheikh I'm talking about. So it was in the morning, and the Sheikh Al-Albani honored him with a special, meeting with him in his house. Sheikh Al-Albani is now having the sign from his wife to say to come and pick up the breakfast. So he's making breakfast. Sheikh Al-Albani getting up to the door to pick up the breakfast, the tray, and to serve the guest, which is one of the students here, is the Sheikh Abu Ishaq Al-Huwaini. So it is an etiquette of ours as well that we don't really let the old man or Sheikh to do something. We always rush to go and help. So, he straight away rushed to go and get the tray from the hands of the Sheikh, rahmatullahi alayhi. Sheikh Al-Albani said to him, sit down, jazakallahu khair. So he said, I sat down. Then after about a minute or so, his wife, she brought the tea, trays of tea. So I got up and I wanted to serve the Sheikh and help him with this. I can't let the Sheikh do this. So he said to me, sit. And in a way, he said, I was scared. I felt it in my heart. I felt even uncomfortable. So I had to sit. Then after the Sheikh Al-Albani sat down, put the food and the drink, and then he said to him, and he said that these words, they're being engraved onto my heart, and let it to be engraved in our hearts. He said, Al-adab huwa al-imtithal. The etiquettes, the manners is to listen and adhere. That's the adab. So what you think is adab, that you're going to help me, but I said to you, I don't want your help, sit. So you're going to, again, to do it, you want to help me, you are actually annoying me. No, not helping me now. You're annoying me and wasting my time. I said to you, I don't want your help, sit. So when you listen and adhere, that's the best. Then he said, بَلِ الْإِمْتِثَالُ خَيْرٌ مِنَ الْأَدَبِ. Actually, to submit, to follow the instructions is better than being mannerable. It's the best on the top of the mannerable, top of the manners. That's what we want to do with the Prophet ﷺ. Top of the manners is to listen. Imagine that the Prophet ﷺ is alive. He said to you something. Would you give your ear to somebody else to go and listen? Maybe there's another interpretation of his words. He's in front of you saying, do this. And well, maybe I need to implement my imagination. You don't. Prophet of Allah said to you, you say, سَمْعًا وَطَاعًا يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُوا الرَّسُولِ. O you who believe, obey Allah, obey His Messenger. So without any hesitation, you obey the Prophet ﷺ. And you obey him here is by number one, is that to know what is said correctly and implement it. So Tawheed is of two, your deeds will not be accepted except if you are making Tawheed to Allah, sincerity, and also to listen to the Prophet of Allah, to know what he has said and then implement it. You have to emulate the Prophet of Allah. You can't just do your ibadah on your own. And also from